hello, everybody. Ah, you see what I just did right there?
Oh. That's your alarm clock, folks. Wake up. It's Monday. We're doing you a favor.
Everything was perfect up until that point, right there. Big fail. Because
right.
we had the studio on as we're like going here doing stuff. And
I'm spinning it. I'm telling people it was our alarm clock to wake people up.
That's right. You know what? It's so bad. I'm here with Jason Allen.
Oh, wow. Where do I go after that one? Hello, everybody.
I didn't even make up a thing.
You know.
Because that just threw me off. Like everything's perfect. We're like starting on time and everything. You got to remind me to turn that thing down or put a sign there. Turn this down.
Turn this down.
That was feedback. Because we were just in this as we're getting ready. We're listening to little known secret. You can actually listen to this online.
You can.
Like you don't have to watch it.
You could sneak us in like contraband into your cubicle. No one will know. Just hit the live.
Well, like if you're in the car or whatever, and you can't watch things, you can listen to it. There's a live 24 live stream, blah blah blah.
You know what I want to do sometimes?
More blah than blah.
Well,
oh,
more blah with a capital B, folks. No, what I want to do sometimes.
Oh man.
Is I want someone to call in while they're on the road and they go into a road rage, except they don't want to go into road rage. No.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save them. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do road rage for them. All they've got to do is stick their device out the window or whatever, and we'll just yell at oncoming traffic.
Oh, that's great. That's you're nuts. There's so much road rage out there.
I know, but I'm trying to help people.
You're always trying to make never mind. You're always trying to make things happier, and it's always like, no, it's not. It's not happy.
It's not happy.
Life is not happy.
Well, it's a Monday
connect
though.
with Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, real nice.
Oh. Zucker wants to get hold of you.
You can call in.
Power lunch? Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. 503-395-5040.
That's right.
Call us this
if I had
morning.
A bigger monitor out here. So this weekend we had a lot of exciting stuff. How was the World Naked Bike Ride?
It went off without a hitch, I guess. There were a lot of naked people flying down the boulevard on bikes.
You didn't go?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Thought you'd be up in that, like, Year 5, Jason Allen, World Naked Bike Ride.
Yeah. No, I haven't rode a bike in probably 25 years. And so a fat, naked, bald guy crashing into shrubs like every 50 feet probably would not be good.
This is a body-positive event.
Oh, okay. Well,
it is. It really is. That's the whole point. My
body-positive, fat, naked, bald guy flying into a hedge.
It just doesn't get any better.
Sorry.
Does it?
Well, I don't know.
See, I always wanted to do it, and I knew people who had been in it before.
Yeah, I know people too who were down there. Yeah.
And one of the guys, actually, I think both a gal and a guy had told me that they were in it, and I think they both said they kind of wore a little something in the short department.
Well, you kind of gotta.
Well, some don't.
No? Yeah, no. From the pictures of Willamette Week, we know some
don't.
Yeah.
More power to you. I can't imagine riding a bike en natural.
No.
Or a horse.
No.
Lady Godiva.
No, I don't want to
Love your chocolates.
Well, yeah. I don't want to get too much into it, but there would be a lot of chafing going on.
Among other things, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, I would actually, there was a time a little while ago that I was in much better shape, and I was like, oh, I should do that. Hey, you were in that. Why don't you and I go together? I mean, and she was like, no, I did that. That's fine. I'm like, oh, okay.
Been there, done that.
Just looking for activities, dating activities like the World Naked Bike Ride.
Right.
With my date. Hello.
Hello. It was our first date, really.
Yeah. But anyway, it was kind of like this guy he was a reporter, actual journalist.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was reporting. This was a few years back, though. So this thing's been going on. See, I don't know, like almost 10 years or something like that. It's been going on for quite some time.
I did not realize that. I know it's been going on for a few years, but I didn't know it reached back almost a decade now.
I want to say a minimum of a decade. Could even be longer than that, but a minimum of because we're talking to this guy back in like 2009, 2010. So,
right.
And he had gone there to do a report on it. You know, and it's one of those things where you look up Portland, Portland weird, you know, and all that stuff. This is one of your top hits, the World Naked Bike Ride in Portland, Oregon, which is now all like, you know, the police come out there and, you know, make it safe and everything. So I mean, it's total legit, you know, and why not? I'd much more prefer to live in a country and a town that has, you know, naked bike rides and the police making sure it's safe than other things.
Oh, I agree.
You know, than, I don't know, public beheadings or something like that. Yeah, no.
In the public square.
Don't get me started.
The stonings in the public square. No, I mean...
Anyway.
It's
like kind of a live, let live, kind of a body positive, truly liberal, hippie kind of a world, you know. You know,
if you're offended,
daisies into the barrels of guns, you know.
Sure, make love, not war.
Man.
Can we
in the time machine go, well, we don't want to go back. You know, people always say that it's always, the grass is always greener, right?
Yeah.
So if you think, people are like, oh, if I had a time machine, I would go back to the Victorian age and read poetry, and it would be a finer age than this terrible age. And it's like, yeah, wear the corset. That'll be fun.
Or
the poetry.
No modern medicine.
Yeah. It's like I cut myself. Well, we can bleed you out with some leeches.
Leeches, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so we always think that going back, like, oh, Jason, we should go back to 67 and watch, you know, Hendrix.
The Summer of Love,
and
man.
The Summer of Love and Daisies and stuff. But, there's violence, all sorts of terrible things that happened historically, too. So, so it's bad.
I mean, think about this. All the portraits of George Washington, right? You know, they never have him smiling, right? You know why? Because his teeth were chafing to the point where he was miserable, folks.
Teeth.
Yeah.
Wood dentures.
Yeah.
Man, see, we always kind of... I was trying to not be so gross, but that's okay. It'll lead into another story that I've got. There was my grandmother.
Okay.
Grew up in a time... Okay. You remember how there was that point where all the old people didn't have no teeth? Like, they didn't have any teeth.
Yes.
And you'd be like, isn't it weird that everyone of a certain age watches Lawrence Welk, and here's how you clean your dentures, you know, and you're a little kid, and you go in the bathroom, and there's grandma's teeth.
Right.
It's like, well, my teeth are in my head, your teeth are in a glass jar with Polydent.
Yeah.
One, and the two, and the dun.
Turn off the bubble machine.
We should shout out to all our assisted living folks out there right now.
Hi.
We'll be gaining, especially when they start watching cable.
Right.
Anyway.
That was a sneak peek right there. Yeah.
Anyway, that's when we'll really get that audience, because millennials will be like, "What?"
Right.
But there was a time, millennials, folks, out there, that you had old people in your family, and they didn't have teeth, and they had plastic teeth that they put in their head, right? Just like George Washington, but he had wood teeth. Because at some point in the history of medicine and science, someone decided that it would be better to just pull your teeth out than clean them out.
Oh, yeah. Dentistry wasn't exactly a science at that point. It was if you had bad teeth and you had a lot of pain, they gave you a shot of whiskey and then gripped it and ripped it.
Right.
That's what's going on.
And it wasn't there was that time when it wasn't even a medical doctor, it was a barber.
Yeah,
you
barber.
Go to the barber to
cut your hair and...
It's the barber of Seville or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're talking about dentistry, 19th century dentistry, holy
know.
cow, Doc Holliday was a dentist.
Yeah.
There's your dentist right there, folks.
Hi, I'm Doc Normal. I'm a dentist. Come on over. I got some lock pliers back there.
But you get the name Doc, so it works.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're already set up.
I got that out of a Cracker Jack box. But
Don't we all?
Yeah, I mean, so you always think of this like right now. I'm just thinking, man, can we just go back to Haight-Ashbury? Can we just love and come on, people now, smile on your brother.
Everybody come together.
Can we just do that right now?
Yeah.
But I remember too the 60s were tumultuous. It was bad. There was wars going on, just like today.
Yeah.
It's never like
Chicago '68.
Oh yeah.
Not
Kent State and stuff. I mean,
right.
One of the terrible things,
Yeah.
So I mean, you're always like thinking. You see the film home. You see the little Netflix and you go, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It really wasn't as cool as it looks. That's all window glossy. I mean, it was cool that people were like thinking that way and changing it, but there's always pushback. There's Nixon and all those guys.
Right. Well, think it's 68 alone. Martin Luther King, Robert Kennedy, the Chicago, DNC riots. I mean,
it was
68 alone. Just folks, it just kind of sucked. And, one of the cool things is there's a local author guy. And, I mean, he was down, like, in Haight-Ashbury, during the great time, right?
Yeah. During the great time.
Great local author, folks. If you're looking for cool books, author by the name of Ed DeVito. He wrote, his first book was called The Woodstock Paradox. And,
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very cool books, and he's writing a third one.
Now we're doing book club recommendations.
That's
here.
right. We're like Oprah, the book club. No, but he was. Bad. I mean, he was there, and I love sitting there talking to him about. And I was like, man, what was it like, bro? I mean, you were in your youth, you were in your prime, just at that pivotal moment in history, where the counterculture is almost at its peak. Mm-hmm. And I just love hearing stories like that. I'm a sucker for a good story.
Well, we like the history around here.
Yeah, we do like the history.
It was pretty hot.
It was. It was hot yesterday.
We had
too.
a heat wave.
We did. Heat wave. Somebody cue Martha and the Vandellas.
That's right. It's in the hundreds. So and now it's like 60 something and drizzly.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with. See, I'm okay. It was dry heat. It cooled down in the evening. Mm-hmm. It wasn't too humid or anything.
Yeah.
So I can actually handle that as a curmudgeon old guy, who complains about the weather. It's too cold. It's too hot. I don't like it.
I feel it in my bones. Nah, the only bad part about this morning is the clouds have rolled in, so I got a funny feeling.
All the leaves are brown?
Yeah, and the skies are gray.
The skies are gray.
I'll be the mama if you want to be the papa. And,
we will just be quoting lyrics from classic old 60s songs today.
That's a great game. Folks, follow along at home. We're going to do it like a... sing-along time. We're going to be like Mitch Miller. We're just going to start singing.
Mitch Miller.
Sorry.
The man who ruined music. Look it up.
Him and Montalbani put music back like 50 years.
God, what was I was watching one of those documentaries, rock and roll or whatever, something like that, and just there's a lot of acrimony against good old Mitch, because he was like the big A&R guy. He was like the green light guy, and there was a point where it was like we're talking about like the 60s and these bands coming up, and Mitch was like, nope. Mm-hmm. Nope. Sing along. Nope. Perry Como. Nope. I mean, he was like Perry Como and
Pat
Boone and those people, and all the other people are like, yeah, but the kids, this is what they want to listen to. It's like, nope.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't remember what I was watching, but oh my gosh, they like Mitch. I remember when my she was putting her dentures in the bathroom. Okay. Watching Lawrence Welk. And I guess Mitch, well, maybe he had passed already, but they were always like hawking those Mitch Miller records. Sing along with Mitch with the bouncing dots.
Right.
God.
Right.
He had this evil goatee. He looked like Spock from the Mirror Universe.
He did. Yeah, he had the pointy.
I was like...
Well, is that considered a Van Dyke when it's like pointed like that? I don't know, man. But yeah, it was odd. He was this guy, little guy in a polyester suit singing stuff. People in uncomfortable polyester clothes in the background. They're
It was like a really bad SCTV skit. It was horrible. I mean, it was like if you're hawking like guys like Perry Como and Bing Crosby and that in the 70s, you are from the evil Mirror Universe. He's man, just give us a little, all the leaves are brown, the leaves are, just give us a little California dreaming, Mitch. Come on. Maybe he did that. He probably did. At some point, it was like purple haze all in my brain. With the don't know if I'm...
All along the watchtower.
With the bouncing ball.
Said the jester to the thief.
I bet you... Not that any of us have any time to do anything like editing and stuff, as we keep discussing. Like, we'll get Doc to do it. Doc's pretty much maxed out.
Right.
But I bet you we could take some old Mitch Miller footage and replace the letter, with the purple haze or something.
Right.
Somebody's probably already done that on the internet.
Paranoid Black Sabbath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little Crazy Train,
Oh.
Holy Diver,
Oh, yeah. That Holy Diver.
Sing along with Mitch to Dio's Holy Diver.
Actually, that's been done. Pat Boone's released a couple heavy metal albums where he just...
God, I heard about this.
Yeah.
I heard about this.
Welcome to the jungle.
This was back in the 80s, in the heyday, right? Somehow I missed this in my personal fever dream of heavy metal of the 80s.
And our fever dream, we were too old. Well, okay, yeah, we were. It was the late 80s, so Jimmy did get it right. It was a Purple Haze.
Yeah.
So some people totally missed.
That was just
the Pat Boone.
Aquanet. Ding ding.
Right. Oh, my favorite Pat Boone now
Where's
is Smoke on the Water. Smoke on the water, and then he comes in fire in the sky.
God, but he didn't sing Dio, did he? He didn't sing any
that would be awesome.
Black metal stuff with the Satan and all that. Because Pat Boone was known for literally baptizing people in his pool in Hollywood.
We're on the highway to hell. Yeah. I don't know.
We've changed this lyric to Highway to Heaven.
Highway to Heaven, starring Michael.
We have friends who may or may not watch this who are heavy metal fans right now that are stabbing themselves with the kitchen
repeatedly.
knife. I can't take it anymore. Highway to Heaven? Are you kidding me? You're ruining my life.
Wait till we get to the Nine Inch Nails.
Speaking of Nine Inch Nails.
Excellent. Yes.
There was a Nine Inch Nails newsy flash.
What?
Last night.
Really?
Yes. And I'm gonna throw this out here because
that's Trent Reznor, right?
Trent Reznor,
yeah,
very Trent Reznor,
yeah,
as opposed to just Trent Reznor. This is new and improved, very Trent Reznor. I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna do. Apparently, I got a voiceover for an album TV commercial.
2.0.
You get Pretty Little Hate Machine,
new and improved. Head like a hole.
Head like a hole.
Call now.
Oh, gosh. Sing along with Trent.
Oh, he's the new Mitch Miller.
Exactly.
Oh, that could work, actually.
So, this is kind of a semi-spoiler alert.
Okay.
I don't think it's that much of a spoiler because if you can't avoid the internet. So, okay. For my friends who are watching the Twin Peaks, The Return, Twin Peaks, The Return. If you don't want to hear this, cover your ears right now. Okay? But if you're watching Twin Weeks, the Twin, thank you, Porky. If you're watching that, and if you are keeping up with the episodes, which drop Sunday night, so we come in here on Monday. This was episode 8, I believe. We're on episode 8, which dropped last night. And I'm not going to say anything else. And if you haven't seen it and you're watching it, you'll probably want to avoid the internet and watch it before you read any reviews of Rolling Stone or whatever.
Right.
I did watch the whole thing last night. I liked it. I'm not going to say any more about it. But one of the things that's been happening in Twin Peaks is at the end of several of the previous episodes, they're at the Roadhouse, the bar, and there's a band on stage.
Oh, yeah?
Playing. Yeah, and so
they're sneaking in different groups?
Yes. David Lynch, big music guy, big art. I mean, Lynch is total art.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching this just... I'm watching this new Twin Peaks just gives me my man crush for David Lynch all over again as an artist. No, yes. I mean, and it's not. Oh, I should have wore the button. We have a David Lynch button.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, with the picture of him. So he's just one of these. He's like a Kubrick. He's like one of these guys who just goes out and goes, "I'm David Lynch. That's my name, and this is what I'm doing." Oh. You want me to do something else? No. I drive the bus. You get in the back of the bus and either get in and go for the ride or take off. Right? Like an artist should be doing.
Sure.
Right? Not like 20 million television executives telling you what to do. Well, I really think that this character should do this, and you shouldn't, and that's like too weird over there. Don't do that. Nobody understands it. No, forget it. Like Kubrick, right?
Yes.
Do you think Kubrick ever sat down and went, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude"? No, he was like, "I'm Stanley Kubrick, damn it."
I don't think Stanley. I think Stanley Kubrick probably would have did human sacrifice on all the focus groups.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, what's a focus group? Why does an artist need a focus group?
Yeah, you just do what you're doing.
And there's this whole thing about business and Disney and Marvel comic movies and Star Wars and all that stuff, right? I'm getting your reaction there. You had a great reaction to that. You were like, the commercial where they
corporatization of art.
They spend, you make a Star Wars movie, or they make a which there's news there too about the Star Wars, but those Marvel movies, and what do? They sink millions and millions and millions and millions, like unprecedented dollars, and then it's a business. You got to make it back. But you have to have an artist, a true artist, a musician, a filmmaker, or something that just this is my vision. Here it is. This is no focus group. It's not a committee. Yeah, you either like them or not.
Right,
like them, the person. And so that's what I like, and that's what I like about David Lynch. He's always been
unflinching
lynching.
Yes. Ooh.
But so they go to the Roadhouse. In several episodes, they had bands, and the episode before, episode 7, famously, and again, I'm going to just throw the spoiler out. It was Booker T and Green Onions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was weird. And it was a scene that was kind of controversial. Not controversial, but it was just one of these things. You just go watch it, where it was like, again, choices. So, last night...
Yeah, that's genius,
the surprise musical guest at the Roadhouse was, ladies and gentlemen, the 9 Inch Nails.
Well, there you go.
I kid you not. I know, and I was just like... You mean Trent Reznor? What? And then, he's wearing the sunglasses, and they're doing the thing, and it's like, wow, okay, all right, okay. So that was one of the big things that happened in Twin Peaks. Again, I don't think that's a big of a spoiler. Everyone's kind of been talking about that. That's the first headline of that episode, and then there's other stuff which we won't talk about.
Right. I want to see... I
almost considered doing a Twin Peaks podcast, because I was like, that would be something good to do. Because there's stuff you can pick apart, because you're like, what did that mean? What was that thing? Why did that happen? That's the other thing I like. And the reason I bring up Kubrick is because Lynch is kind of being Kubrick-y a little bit in his thing, especially last night. So some things that reminded me of Kubrick that Lynch, but Lynch is all original. But again, that whole like, hey, I'm just gonna do this, and you're gonna sit there for 10 minutes and just watch this.
You're coming along for the ride.
Yeah. And I think we've been so inundated over the last 10, 20 years with these corporate film things, focus group. We need to change the ending because the audience didn't understand what happened to that poor little character. You need to write it out and hand it to them and make sure they know. There's no interpretation. You need to make sure they know. Where it's hard, people can't watch any sort of art that you actually have to sit and interpret and kind of figure out what it means for yourself.
And nowadays, the suits tell you it's got to be spoon-fed to you.
That's right. That's what they're telling us.
Follow the bouncy ball.
That's right. They're telling us that. They're like, look, you have to do your segments, and you're this and you're that, and we're like, no.
Right.
We improvise. We come in here with nothing.
Right. This is a 2-hour-long jazz riff. That's what it is.
Actually, when we started this, we were actually originally going to do all of that, and then we didn't, and then we're like, well, that episode, that kind of worked, I guess.
Right.
So it goes up and down and up and down. But really,
I'm
after watching this Twin Peaks and David Lynch, and just eating it up.
Yeah.
Because I loved him from way back when. When I saw Dune and Eraserhead and Blue Velvet. Oh, I love that movie.
She wore blue velvet.
But I'm ready to actually just like get the effects and space this out. Like, we'll just have an interlude for 3 minutes of like modern orchestral music and Jason's face melting and turning and twisting.
Sure.
Yeah, with a background of the Universal Starscape.
You won't.
That would make us a David Lynch.
It would
style.
You will not get me out of your brain.
All of a sudden you'll start. Stop talking big words.
Wouldn't that be? I think the height of. I think it'd be such a compliment if I could be somebody's mind worm.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just in there. God, get him out of my brain. I'm like, no, I'm here till Saturday.
God, no, I was okay.
You know.
Yeah. Honest to God, when I went to bed and I was finally done with the Twin Peaks, and I was thinking, gosh, I'm really happy that they're doing this Twin Peaks again, because it's really happy to see this fresh new Lynch and letting him go and just go do your David Lynch thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's where I'm not disappointed, and I don't think most people are disappointed who love this, But I, honest to God, I was just like, how can I do this with Coffee with Curmudgeons? I mean, like, suddenly Jason is in an animated bug crawls in his ear and he starts speaking backwards in tongues, Right.
Coffee with Curmudgeons now with LSD.
Yes,
you
exactly, man.
I love it.
I mean, it's just like, all of a sudden your little plastic potted plant turns into
Dude, Fern's talking to me, man. It gave me the recipes for some really killer French toast.
Yes. Exactly. I mean, we have coffee. We're like, damn good coffee. That's what So, I mean, where
isn't that Trader Joe's?
It is.
Special roast?
I threw that over there weeks ago. But yes, that is Trader Joe's dark roast.
There you go.
Damn good coffee.
Good to the left. Wait a minute, that's somebody else's take. I can't use that.
But I really, I literally, and believe it or not, Jason, there is the possibility to do some of that.
There is.
And I have some technical know-how and things
savviness
that would enable that on the fly. And I was just, oh man.
Something like that has got to be done.
Didn't we talk about doing this in black and white once?
Ooh. Yeah, and then I'm going to wear like one of those old French shirts, with the kind of like this, the horizontal stripes,
Yes.
And we'll have berets on, and we'll have like a monkey, and
Oh, jeez,
it'll be great. What could go wrong?
I just want the David Lynch thing. We're floating in the universe in black and white, I mean, it's just like, but that's what I should have done today. I should have been smart enough, and I just should have come in, because Wednesday we're gonna have politics, we've got so many things, and Friday I should have just come in today and set all these cameras to black and white, and just like, we're going with it. We're going on David Lynch. This is Coffee with Curmudgeons.
Next Monday. It's gonna be Retro Monday.
See, we already talked about it.
We'll bring our pipes in.
We could have like Tom Peterson's head floating around.
Yeah, we'll bring our pipes in and smoking jackets. It'll be like 50s. It'll be like the Patty Duke show or old Dick Van Dyke.
We actually we got him over there, but anyway. Well, we riffed on that for a while. Welcome to the show where we talk about things we're thinking about doing, but never will do. Because that's kind of how life works.
We're just giving you ideas for your own life, really. Help us help you. That's what we're doing.
So, Jason.
Yeah.
It was so hot.
How hot was it?
It was so hot in Portland this weekend that Nazis were melting in the streets.
That's right. Nazis couldn't handle it.
That's right.
They need a temperature control room, because it's all about control for them. And when it gets too hot, the fascists start, start melting.
I shout out to Jerry for that joke.
Excellent.
Yes, he. So the thing was, the temperature was like 102.
Yeah.
And it was like, who opened the Ark?
Right. The seventh seal has just gotten busted.
If you recall your Indiana Jones lore.
Yeah.
And your melting. And
right. Maybe
I like a good melting Nazi.
Yay, there's nothing wrong with a melting Nazi.
No.
It turns out they melt like butter. Who knew?
You know, I believe, there's the still that I just showed from the movie, the Indiana Jones, the first one.
Oh, you mean that one?
Yes. Well, now you want me.
You mean that one?
That one.
There we are.
All right. You can't do that to me, man. I'm always moving along. But
it's
anyway,
Monday, man. What are you doing? Now.
But I believe the story behind that effect was they were literally wax mannequins, and they melted because they melt really well. In that, if you look at the end of Indiana Jones, spoiler alert, if you haven't ever seen Indiana Jones, the first one,
Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think because they just start melting, so I think they actually made the wax figures, and then they eat it up. If I remember how they did that effect.
Well, but back in the 80s, that was so cool, though. You saw it. Wow, that's great effect.
Well, you know,
I mean, nowadays it's just a wax mannequin.
It was a solution.
Right. You know, we could make our own Indiana Jones remake, and that's how we turn it into like a LSD trip.
I like the idea of you like coming in here after the alarm doesn't go off, and suddenly when you walk in like that one episode, and all you hear is dun 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 dun.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun,
Short round. We're gonna make some video. Next thing you know, it's
is that Raiders of the Lost Ark, or is that Superman? See, okay, so I get my John. I've said this before. I get my John Williams mixed up, like they're in the late-ish 70s or whatever. Like you get the Jaws, distinctly, you know, dun 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 dun. Fine. You get your Close Encounters, do 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 do. Okay, right. That's good. You got your Star Wars. Dun, 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 dun. Then it all breaks down for me around there, because then there's Superman.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
But Raiders, you got it right. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Dun, 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 dun.
But then there's the Superman one, which is kind of like, I don't know. I get mixed. I'm like, is that the Superman? Is that the Raiders of the Lost Ark? Because the Superman's real good too. Well, it's all these fanfares he was writing. He was writing a fanfare a week. It was like, you know, call up John. I was like, John, we're making a movie. We need a fanfare. Okay.
And that's
triplets, more triplets, sextuplets, triplets, sextuplets.
Right.
Fanfare.
Right.
We need a Dark Lord theme. Oh, triplets.
Bum, 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 bum,
Musician joke.
But the Raiders of the Lost Ark, we're going to rename. We're going to get, instead of Temple of Doom, it's going to be our LSD trip. It's going to be Temple of Shrooms. And that's just going to go
that
off
was
the
the
rails.
Weird one, right?
Yeah.
Temple of Doom, where they were like
sacrificing
kids and stuff like that. And everyone's like, oh, this wasn't as fun as I thought it would be.
No, because it started off cool, right? It started off in that nightclub.
Yeah.
You know, and the scene where, you know, the big rolling gong, and he's, you know, hiding behind it. And I mean, that was a cool scene, but then it just kind of...
So I don't even know how many Indiana Jones, because here's why.
Yes.
I had never seen the very last one, the Crystal Skull.
Oh, I have. Yeah.
Well, no, I picked it up on whatever, the Netflix or whatever it was, finally, because it was like, oh, I'd never seen it. Yeah. I'd read the reviews, and I was kind of like, yeah, okay. So then I was like, well, heck, I'm going to just watch this movie because it's a movie I haven't seen, and it's part of this big cultural thing. And it was...
phenomenon.
You know, it's the Crystal Skull. Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it as much as a lot of the critical people hated it, because I was like, this is Spielberg, this is Lucas, this is Han Solo, this is the fantasy. Where are you going to take it? Right. I'm like, sure, take it there. Go to the Crystal Skull. It makes sense to me. It's all that fantasy world, you know. Mm-hmm. And you know, thank God you got to watch it, because you learn how to survive a nuclear test blast. Right.
Evidently, all you do is hide in a refrigerator, an old Norwich.
Yeah.
And you get through.
So there's that.
Yeah.
But then I don't know what the other one. The one that I liked, I remember, was is it the third?
My
one
favorite,
with Sean Connery.
Yes, my favorite is the third, and that is The Last Crusade.
Is that the Last Crusade?
Yes, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
And that's where Sean
Connery is Indiana Jones's father. They brought back John Rice Davies is kind of like
the
cool sidekick.
John Rice Davies!
Right.
Hello, Indy! Is that kind of a John Rice Davies? Is that kind of him?
Yes, yes.
Indy! It's
Right.
good to see you again!
Yeah.
I'm John Rice Davies! I talk like this all the time!
He livens up a party, let me tell
That's
you.
a Smith & Wesson, and you've had your six.
That's right. That's
Boba Fett! Boba Fett! This is just crap. This is the kind of... I'm such a...
It's Monday.
I'm such a hack.
Aren't we all?
I mean, someone's going, oh... No, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Back to David Lynch. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the third one?
That was the third one, yeah.
Okay,
And,
so there's been 4. That's where I was confused. Because
Yes,
then it's
4.
then you, 25 million years later,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you got this crystal skull, right?
Yeah.
Because it's always like Harrison, it's like, yeah, he's 75, but he's in shape.
But he
and
can do
flies and crashes planes all the time, and he's like, yeah, and Harrison's basically like, I'm thinking this number here,
right?
And Disney and Hollywood and Spielberg and Amblin and all those things are like going, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they're sitting across the desk at him, and they're trying to get him for the new movie, and they're like, what number will you accept? What will you do? All he did was he wrote down, I'm hand frickin' Solo, and he handed it back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, well, then we're going to give you top wage.
And his first number is just his weed budget.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, him and Callista Flockhart, they got themselves a weed. No, we don't know that for sure.
Well, no. Yeah.
We don't know that for sure.
Well, hey. Dude, if you're in that shape and you're looking good,
right, smoke on, buddy. Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah,
you know
that's the cannabis.
Right,
but that's what they say. And just if you read the TMZs and the Hollywood People reporter something gossip rags, I gotta start reading the gossip rags a little more. For good gossip.
Like National Enquirer, you're standing in line at the supermarket.
Because God knows I don't want to read the New York Times or the Washington Post.
Right.
New York Post, that's a different story.
New York, yeah, they got, page 6, right?
Oh, yeah, page 6.
So you know what's
some
going
good
down.
page 6. Well, they were... see, I promised not to talk politics.
Yeah.
But just to say, New York Post was the one that was the paper of record on top of that whole Anthony Weiner stuff, right?
Sure.
I mean, that was New York Post. They were like publishing the pictures and all that. So
right.
Sometimes those guys,
right.
They're on top of stuff.
Right. Yeah. The Post does a lot of more of the lifestyle sort of stuff.
Well, they do all kinds of stuff.
Of course, the New York Times is Straight journalism.
Sure. Yeah, I'm buying it. Yeah, so I'm looking here.
Yeah?
Bunch of stuff to save for the Wednesday. Did we talk about Boy.
How about the Timbers, man?
Well, yes. You are correct, sir. We have sports news.
Yeah.
That was the other news. So it was hot, so you were keeping cool. Right?
Oh, sure, yeah. I got air conditioners out, I have air conditioners to cool the air conditioners.
See, I'm a curmudgeon.
Yes.
So I'm the guy who says, how many days is it going to be hot? Before I take the time to get all the fans and the air conditioners out. So when I look at it, like when we have a heat wave, right?
Yeah.
And you're in the hundreds,
sure.
and it calms down at like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. at night, and you're still in the 80, 90, 89, 90 range.
It's a balmy 82 out there.
And then the humidity, and you get me just whining and cranking. Yeah. Guys were coming up to cops and asking them to shoot them. It was so hot. I don't know, whatever. David Mamet. Anyway, but
I knew it was a heat wave when you were running around in the parking lot yelling Attica.
Wow.
Attica.
Anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, the whole thing is there was all that, right? But I looked at it and it was like it was hot. It was really hot, but then it cooled down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bring it. That's perfect. That's my perfect way. Make it nice and hot. Y'all, peace, love, flowers, and less clothes, lots of linen.
Make love, not war.
Make love, not war. And then it cools down, and you can get under a blanket or whatever, and you're fine. Okay. So I was fine with that.
Okay.
And then now it's like 60s. It dips down. So I avoided all the fans and conditioner. I'm like, nope, we're gonna ride this 2 days. 2 days out. Yeah. 2 days. Yeah. But when it gets humid and hot, you boy.
I'm so bad now that literally New Year's Eve when the ball drops in Times Square, right when it says 2017, I'm putting in the air conditioner.
Wow.
Well, no,
we had
not
super
literally.
cold winter too.
Kidding.
Remember, we were complaining. Oh man, we had a harsh winter.
Yeah.
Snow. I mean, it was at the point where there was just so much snow. Everyone's like, come on, get rid of this stuff. Everyone's like, oh, it's a winter wonderland in there. It was like, everything's shut down. Portland shuts down when it snows and all that.
Yeah.
So last night, the big game, was the Timbers.
Timber Sounders rivalry week.
And this, because of the heat wave, we talked about this on Friday. Yeah. The game started later than it was scheduled. I think it was, an afternoon, whatever that afternoon time is, 3, 4, or something like that.
Right.
And they scheduled it back to 7:30 because something about the AstroTurf gets too hot.
Right, yeah.
Now, when I watched the game...
That was melting.
Yes. Yes. Right. Yeah. Anyway. The Raiders of the Lost Ark Nazi Sounders fans would have melted during the game. But anyway...
Section 43. They're melting with their scarves.
Just call the Sounders fans. Just, come on. Just follow the show. Raiders of the Lost Ark reference. Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm
down.
If you don't like it, phones are open.
That's right. 503
called my friend.
395 5040.
So what happened was that they moved it back. And then when they were showing the game, they said it was like 88 degrees at the stadium, the ambient temperature, and it was still like 90-something here. I'm like, 88? It's not that, but it was cooling down.
Yeah.
They made the right move. So, what do you have to say about this game?
Well,
you watched it.
I did.
I, of course, watched the whole thing.
Yep, I watched it too. And, I thought it was an entertaining game. I thought... both of them started out a little slow. They're feeling each other out. I love that header.
Oh, yes.
What was his name? Anspill or Annis?
I just have to look at my timeline here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And then I'm like, wow, I think they're going to do it. I think it's going to, Timbers going to pull it out.
Yeah, that was Asprilla.
And that Dempsey guy, man.
Due to new MLS rules, Asprilla's backflip gave Timbers an extra point tonight.
Right.
Which, we could have used it.
That
was the whole thing. He's it was... he's the one who had the header. Yeah. And it was just a beautiful header. And then he goes off and literally cartwheeled and backflipped.
Yeah.
Like, backflipped. I'm like, all right. I like that. I like it when someone really
gets into it.
Does a great play and then decides to do acrobatics on the side.
Sure.
He's getting overtime pay or something. Do I get a bonus?
Right.
Because if I would be that sporting guy who's a superstar who just puts it together, gets that big goal, and then goes.
Right.
Right. Because I'm not working anymore. I'm getting paid by the minute here. Right. It's like.
Right.
And then go.
Maybe you nod to the,
exactly.
to the crowd.
A slight nod to the crowd.
Like baseball players, tip of the cap.
But he's he's a young guy though, so so he's backflipping and
exuberant.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was it was great goals by the Timbers.
Yeah, and then that Dempsey dude comes in. And I saw trouble a brewing there.
When was that? That was the last 2 minutes of the game.
The last 2 minutes. It was pretty much after regulation when they got into the penalty time. Well,
it was the extra time from the timeouts, and it was I was kind of like, it was a full 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like,
Yeah.
And I don't know if they had the. What do they call them? The water breaks. They had the water breaks.
Rehydration.
The rehydration, thank you.
Yeah.
They did do those, the rehydration, which they do in the soccer.
Yeah.
But I noticed, I told you about this, I wasn't sure if they stopped the clock, but now this is MLS, but the clock was going.
Yeah.
So the clock was still ticking, so I don't know if they tack that on for the rehydration or whatever. But it was a healthy 5 minutes.
Sure.
Which is a lot of time. Which I was like, ooh, can we make that 3? Can we not have that? Because Timbers were up 2-1.
Yeah.
5 minutes to go in the game.
Kills the groove, man.
And then Dempsey.
See, I knew something was going on when they let slip the fact that the guy's was eight goals for 8 games versus the Portland Timbers. I'm like, no, keep him on the sideline. So, where's Tanya Harding when you need her to come out and whack him in the knee? Take him out.
Oh, Jason suggests. Oh.
Give him what guy, Jeff Galooly or whatever. Give him the Galooly right on the knee. Goes out.
We don't advocate violence against Mr. Dempsey. He's one of the best in the U.S. game.
No.
But it was disappointing, though. It was like, and they had he wasn't playing that game. He was on the sidelines. And then it was like, well, we'll put him in. And then this guy, oh, you don't want to get me started about this Kelsey. Oh, let's fire that guy. There's a guy that this color commentator announcer dude. Oh, my God. What a
he was hard to take at times. Yeah.
Some of these bald goalkeepers.
Well, not
I know.
What?
I just no. Boy, I did not like that guy. What's his name? I got him right here.
Yeah.
I was gonna tweet something nasty. And here's the thing: you don't want to bait or tweet or do the nasty stuff out there.
No,
unless it's sports. Then I think trash talking is game. I've always I think you should be real cool with people.
Yeah.
But I mean, sports trash talking.
You're talking smack, man.
I mean, you're an American football guy. Come on.
Right.
Don't you guys trash talk all the time?
All the time.
Yeah.
They get in the guy's head,
Yeah.
Like like our own LSD
Casey
trip.
Keller.
Yeah.
Casey Keller.
He was hard to take at times.
Hello, Casey Keller.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's like a Seattle Sounders. I think he was actually even on the thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
He was.
Let's see. I guess Casey Keller only read the first half of the law change. There was a penalty kick.
Yeah.
Portland, which was valid.
Yeah.
Total valid penalty kick. It was interference of the thing. And what happened last time when they had a televised game up at the Sounders is we had the big old Sounders that decided handballs are good in the penalty thing by the defenders and not the goalie. It's like share the love, right?
Yeah.
Never got called as a penalty kick. They didn't have the replay yet. So we kind of got gypped out of that goal, that penalty. And then this Keller's complaining about this penalty kick. Go home, dude. Just go home.
Right.
I mean, it just
there's this one player on the Sounders, and he was just a thug. I even commented to you last night. His name was Ruhu.
It's rough out there.
This guy would just send into the game, and all he does is flying, diving into other players and stuff like that.
Well, that's Sounders Portland. Well, and that's the thing. Keller's going off about how Adi and everyone's we have the biggest amount of fouls in the league right now, the Timbers. And I'm watching the play, and I've watched the other, I watched the other Sounders Portland game, and I'm like, I'm seeing, that maybe somebody's getting, maybe the defending champs aren't getting the whistle blown against them as much in the league this year as the Timbers may be getting this year, because I'm not, I'm like you, I'm not seeing, I did not see an agree, and I'm not trying to be hometown here. I'm a Timbers fan, and I'm a Timbers fan from way back.
Yeah.
But I'm not like my friends, the Timbers. I mean, they're really fans. And I'm trying to be balanced here. I'm not seeing in that match any sort of balance of fouls because I've seen the Sounders. They play hard, and they foul and a lot too. It's like, come on. Just because somebody decides the whistle isn't going to be blown. And we've seen this. You see that. And even in the NBA where, they're going to hammer. Well, guys get a reputation.
Yeah.
Teams get a reputation.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then they play their matches or whatever, and the refs are out there, and they come with that reputation. Yeah. And the ref comes out there and goes, I'm going to control this game. This team's coming in with a reputation.
Right.
So
that lead umpire, the ref guy.
The umpire.
Umpire ref.
Jason learns about soccer.
Yeah, I'm a newbie. But
by the way,
that
Jason,
guy was buff, man.
If you go outside of the United States,
it's
called football.
I know.
I love it.
I was wondering.
You're out.
I was like, honey, look, it's Pele. No.
Some dude is like
You're out.
is like still having fever dreams about the Portland Mavericks. And he's on the field. It's like, where's the big game? What inning is it? It's like, sir, this is the Timbers, a soccer match. Oh, those upstarts taking over the stadium.
Where's the Buckaroos? Aren't they coming up?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but this guy also, the commentator guy that used to play for the Sounders, he was like bemoaning the fact that the head ref guy doesn't like the Sounders.
Oh,
he doesn't like, dude, just kidding. But that guy's buffed. The head ref guy?
Well,
holy cow.
He was just complaining about the... He was just complaining about that penalty kick, which when you looked at the replay...
It's a righteous kick.
Well, and the rule... as I understand it, and somebody wants to come on and correct me in the soccer, the rule says that... you're a defender, you block the ball, the guy's going in for the kick. But if you're kind of interfering with the play and the kick of the ball, too. So it's like one of those complicated things. But the dude scissored his legs in. So right there, I'm like, even back when I was a kid and played soccer, it's like, that's... And the thing is you got a foul.
Yeah.
The problem is, though, he got that... foul was then a red card and you got thrown out. So it's kind of harsh. That part was the harsh part. The penalty kick.
I wonder what he said to the ref though, because I mean the guy, you could see like when he got that red card out, it was almost like he did this kind of double take, and then he just wham.
It's some rule kind of thing. You're doing. I mean, soccer has all this stuff. Like if you really go hammer the player, but then you see this all the time where some guys like, and then the guy's like literally like, hey, let me hop on your back for the ride, man. And you're like, you gonna call a foul on that?
Right.
Because I mean, you get a lot of this, right? Because you can kind of elbow around, but it's soccer, man. It's the ref is the guy, ref. But now they have this replay in the MLS,
where you can challenge it or something like that.
Yeah, so they can do that, but I don't know. I thought it was evenly balanced, and obviously Dempsey came in and did what he does. He's a superstar.
I knew, when he came into the game, I'm like, someone's got to shut him down.
That was the problem. Yeah. I was sitting there. It's like 5 minutes to go in the game, right?
Yeah.
The extra time, Dempsey. I'm like, I'm not feeling good about this.
No, me either.
I need the whistle to blow and tell me game over, please. Because I've seen this all too often.
Like a bad Hollywood script. You saw this coming down the line. As soon as he got in the game, I'm like, guys, someone either double team him or something, because didn't they also have an advantage? Right? They had like the 10 men.
Yeah.
So I mean,
because of that red card. So I mean, that's the real sad part of it is you bring in Dempsey, and then it's like they're playing with 10 men on Seattle because of the red card, and you're just like, oh, you guys, and you're at home.
Yeah,
it was going well up until that point for the Timbers, but
2 goals in 3 minutes. I mean, it started off slow, then bam, they're up 2-1.
Well, it started out. Yeah, it started out kind of crappy.
Yeah.
For the Timbers, it just wasn't looking so good. But then they kind of cleaned it up.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What do they say here? What do they say on the MLSsoccer.com? The Portland Timbers didn't lose to the Seattle Sounders on Sunday, but it sure felt like it to Timbers coach Caleb Porter. Well, no crap. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a tie, right? But they didn't lose. But despite holding a 2-1 lead and a numerical advantage over their Cascadia rivals for more than 45 minutes, Portland were gutted by a last-gasp Clint Dempsey goal. Yeah. We've had some tough losses recently in this stretch, which they have.
That 2-game stretch, whatever they dropped.
I'm looking
Minnesota.
more big picture than today. Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to look big picture, but
it was one of those tied games where it felt like a loss. It didn't feel like, we got home.
We're supposed to put this thing away.
Yeah.
I wanted to see where we're at in the standings because I couldn't remember last night.
Like 4th.
Yeah.
We're just above the playoff line.
Yeah, let me see. Here it is. Well, it's always Eastern Conference first. Mm. No, we're still in 3rd.
3rd.
Wow.
Nice.
So Timbers, just to calm everyone's nerves, here's the MLS standings according to the Google right here. Sporting Kansas City, number 1 with 30 points. Houston Dynamo, 25 points. Portland, 25 points. So Portland's in 3.
Right.
We're kind of 3-2. So I mean, we're still, we're above Dallas.
Yeah,
it's 25, but we're all kind of like in that 25-point range, and then it's like the goals and ONA and all the kind of the other calculations that put you in the standings, right? You get the points, and then depending on the league, oh god, I have to Wikipedia this. Depending on the goals and the combination of goals that you get at home or abroad, like if you get. Like usually if you get goals, win games and get goals, more goals like on the road than at home, they count more. Like if you're tied in points, that kind of thing. The algorithms of sports. Right. But anyway, we're still holding third. Yeah. So it is long. It is the long game, not the short game.
Sure.
Seattle Sounders is in 8th.
Yep.
I believe that. Defending champs, 21 points. So
take that, Dempsey. You're in 8th.
Yeah. Well, look, Dempsey's one of the great guys in the game.
I know.
He just is. I mean,
he used to be at the Revolution, right? That's where he did his bread and butter at.
You mean Prince in the Revolution?
No, it was like...
Was he a bass player?
No, it was like the...
I don't remember.
Didn't there used to be a team called like the New England Revolution?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
All I've known is he's been a Sounder and... of course, he's on the national team, so he's done good work there. So, anyway, so it's kind of the long game. So we're still okay because we want to get the playoffs and all that. I think the depressing thing this year is if you watch the Sounders Portland, if you watch that matchup. In other words, what they play several times during the year, and there's like a Cascadia Cup or whatever, and we have not been doing well against the Sounders in that matchup. I mean, this year our record against the Sounders is not good. And if you're a Timbers fan, I mean, the Sounders are
they're the arch rivals. If you're the Blazers, they're the Lakers, right?
Right. If you're a Timbers fan, you're Indiana Jones.
Right.
And the Sounders fans are the Nazis trying to steal the Ark from you. Steal the cup of the soccer cascade. Dun, 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 dun. Timber Jim.
Right.
Timber
Joey.
Jim Jordan.
Okay. Timbers. Harrison Ford. Sounders. Melting Mannequin.
We have come in with our Clint Dempsey. A secret weapon, the Clint Dempsey. Yes, exactly. That's exactly how Portland fans see themselves, right?
In fact, it was sinister. Like the guys on the back, you saw the coach for Seattle on the sideline, right? He's like,
good coach.
5 minutes left. Sending Dempsey. And it's like...
It was.
And then it just comes in and just rains on a parade.
Lundgren, it's not even Dempsey. It's he looked
Nagby in the eye and said, I must break you.
Yeah.
No. It's like 5 minutes left. Sending Dempsey. It's like, that's sinister.
And the Timbers are just like, hey, it's Portland. Peace, love, dough.
Right. Dude, you chop off another piece of wood for me, bro?
Come on, man. Dempsey, I got a daisy. Can I put it in your hair? I will destroy you.
I must break you.
That is kind of a Seattle-Portland vibe, though.
It is.
If you really think about the two towns.
Yeah, Seattle's angry. They're always angry. Yeah, Seattle, you have anger problems. Anger problems. Deal with it.
You've got jets. You've got a Space Needle.
Yeah.
You've got a real city.
Right.
City life.
You've got a real city. Yeah. Ouch. As opposed to what?
Portland, it's like, we could put this...
We have naked bike rides, though. You think they're doing that in Seattle? Oh, no.
Exactly. Yeah, they got everything up in Seattle. Yeah, they're a real city.
Yeah, you got flying fish.
Yeah, I mean,
They got a floating bridge, for gosh sakes.
People in Portland are like, hey, we've got the Willamette River. We've got a waterfront. We've got... It's like, have you ever heard of the Puget Sound? Another cigarette, please.
Right.
And, Portlanders are just, peace, love, dope.
Right.
I mean,
Cue the James Earl Jones.
Our urban development is just so like we try.
It's urban arrested development, right?
Well, we put up we in Portland now. We put up buildings.
Sure.
And I'm speaking especially in southeast Portland right now because there's a lot of building. And there's room, there's old things. Well, first of all, we tear down some really cool places that we shouldn't be tearing down. We should renovate. So anytime they renovate like this, the Schleifer Furniture one there, that was like an old hotel. And my understanding, and I hope it's still there, they're not tearing it down. They're going to rehabilitate. It's like, good, because we have really cool old architecture in this town. Keep it. But instead, when we do rip down things, and there's places that we build the ugliest ass buildings you've ever seen in your life.
Right.
Like our friend here from New York.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She's always sending me pictures. Just down there in the Long Island City.
Ooh.
Not Long Island. Long Island City. It's different, but it's still Manhattan. You see Manhattan. And there's a whole bunch of, it's like new construction out there, right? She's sending me these pictures of these beautiful glass cathedral things that they build in New York City. And granted, you don't want this giant glass thing in Portland, Oregon. We have a height restriction of that. That's good because of the tree lines. You want to see the mountains and the trees. That's fine. Look.
Right.
Right here. See this?
Yeah.
Tall building, right?
Yes.
This one, KLM, not bad, right?
Not bad.
Yeah.
U.S. Bancorp building, it's pretty tall.
Yeah, that one was a little edgy, but it's kind of pink, and so then people call it Big Pink, and Portland's are like, peace, love, dope, Big Pink, naked bike ride.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, so you see these beautiful architecture, and I think Seattle's got some cool. I mean, they got the Space Needle, they got cool stuff. I don't care. I'm gonna say, okay, look, eco-friendly design. Screw you. We got some ugly buildings in Portland that are going up right now, specifically in Southeast. I mean, it's like I'm looking at these things going, there's this one that I call the Horton Here's a Who building.
Yeah?
See, I promised to be nice today. We weren't going to talk politics, and what am I doing? What am I doing right now?
We're talking about architecture.
I'm ranting.
Well, rant's fine.
I have a huge, I could actually go do my research and bring up the photographs. Okay. There's that building on the edge of the Burnside that finished up. I think it's called the Yard, ladies and folks. Okay? I think it's called the Yard. And then there was this big hubbub about the Yard.
Yeah.
Because the windows, and there were supposed to be more windows, and it's black. And I've taken pictures of it. It looks like a KGB headquarters.
Yes. Yes.
It's this black, dark, ominous building, put like all the satellite dishes and radar and cameras on top of it. And I've been to East Germany. I've seen these buildings before. Just rename this whole damn city Karl Marx Stadt, okay?
Right.
Karl Marx City.
Let's see, Bernsiderplatz?
Yes, Bernsiderplatz.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, and people are going to be like, well, the yard. No. That's an ugly building. and you do this thing where people say, well, you're not an architecture person. You don't understand the understanding. No, citizens can critique architecture. A citizen can go and critique your architecture.
But isn't that kind of the rude definition of that? People critiquing and looking at it. People say, you're not artistically complex enough. Well, no.
I don't care if this thing is LEED 2400. Yeah. This thing's the ugliest building I've seen, and it's just like what? It's these dark brown weird, and it's like this architecture, and it gets worse. Like you go to Southeast, you see some of these places, and they're putting like they first of all they pay a bunch of the buildings in Portland right now. Yeah. Part of it is always painted, and I gotta say it's just poop brown. It's just poop brown.
Yeah.
It's a mud poop color. Burnt cyan? I don't know. What is burnt cyan?
Poop brown.
Poop brown. Look it up in your Crayola. And then they'll put,
Daddy, what shade is this?
And then they'll put the siding on, but the siding is like that Quonset hut metal corrugated metal crap, and you're like, how is this good? Now, not all.
Okay.
There are some that I drive by and go, oh, good, thank you. Like there's one around in this neighborhood that they just put up, and it's brick. Classic.
Yes.
Classic kind of brick.
Yeah.
Has an entryway and stuff. I like brick. I think brick is very... I mean, that's millennia. We've been doing stuff with brick and stone, you know?
Yes.
But I mean... And somebody said, wow, it really makes the Pearl District look pretty. It's like, damn straight it does, because some of the stuff they're throwing up out here is just it's just god-awful.
It's crap.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one who thinks this. I mean, and then the other thing is then they tear down some, like... little hole in the wall historic. Oh, that's old Portland, and then they throw up one of these and
monstrosities.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I at one point I want to do a field trip and take photographs of all this stuff and just and you should ridicule it. You should look at the architect who does this and go, "What were you thinking? Why are you doing this? This doesn't look pretty." Yeah. It doesn't make you walk up and go, "Oh, it looks." It's a very the kind of buildings I'm talking about, and there's several, especially along Southeast, like if you go up Division, Clinton area, and it's fine. There's the thing is there should be construction there. Okay, I am for the progress. I want to preserve historic places
urban renewal,
too,
sure.
But it is urban renewal, and these are places that were factory and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm not against the progress, but I am against really ugly architecture, and they're putting these things up. It's this very. All I can say is it's old communists would really enjoy these. Oh, I feel like home.
Right.
I mean, they just have this. I don't know, and then they charge an arm and a leg for them for rent. It's like
I don't get it. In fact, I think I see our next project. We're gonna do the ultimate coffee with curmudgeons. Coffee table book, and it's going to be nothing but pictures of crappy Portland buildings.
Well, look, I will go on record.
Okay.
The Portland building.
Okay, hold on. Right after you do it, I got to make this official.
The Portland the Portland building, the Portland building, the building downtown, Portland building.
Yeah.
I believe Michael Graves is the famous architect on that. I think that's his name. I think we can look that up. It's Michael Graves because I looked it up. That Portland building, with Portlandia, on it, blue tile and all that, never liked that building.
Oh, I hate that building.
Never liked it.
That deserves a double ding.
Yep.
Because it's horrible looking building.
Yeah.
Cool statue, crappy looking building. I don't understand.
I'm not.
Art must offend you.
I'm not even a big fan of the Portlandia statue, I got to tell you.
Really?
She grew on me.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? Here's what I don't like about the Portlandia statue. Okay. Look, we got this statue here, Lady Liberty, made in France. Look at her standing up with the
raising the torch. She's got the book of knowledge.
She's got the torch. She's standing. Got the crown and everything.
Yeah.
Portlandia is like stooping over with her sandal foot. She's like, wow.
Well, she's kind of in a catcher's position, really.
Yeah.
She's picking up a low pitch.
It's like,
right.
There's a reference for you curmudgeons.
Johnny
Bench.
I do feel that she's, reaching out to me. Hey, Portlandia. She's trying to help me up because look. I mean, think about this though. Why is she squatting down trying to help us up? Because we looked up the building and saw a really crappy looking building, and we lost our bearings for a moment.
Right.
She's helping us back up.
It was I am correct because I looked it up. It was Michael Graves.
And have you ever seen the look on the Portlandia face?
Architecture. Oh yeah.
The look. She's almost like looking like, I know the crappy building. It looks crappy, but hey, I have to stand in front of this thing.
Yeah. I mean, I've taken pictures because when you get the trees there and stuff, and the Portlandia and the trees, you can get a good picture, and it's all right. But
she's a looker.
But I just don't. I never could figure out the position. Like, hello. It's like, look. I mean, New York City.
Yeah.
Liberty,
standing tall, proud, looking good,
proud. Portlandia, Philadelphia,
flying high
Philadelphia,
right? Rocky
Balboa, with the hands up in the air, da 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 da. Isn't that what you want? Your kind of cultural, political statues.
What do we got? We got a lady stooping, picking up a low pitch.
Maybe we should just show it. Right?
Yeah, let's show it.
And for the folks,
it's Monday.
But you know what? I like.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing. Portland, just... Okay. Look, I like the Portlandia statue better than I like the Portland building. Which, by the way, according to the Wikipedia, it's on the National Historic Register. Really? I don't like blue bathroom tile on the side of my building. I'm sorry, Michael Graves. I'm sorry. I'm a critic. And to this day, I'm like,
hey, isn't that the Turkish bath building?
Yeah.
The blue tile?
Yeah. Yeah. Who puts bathroom tile on a freaking building? Yeah. And I know now people are like, oh, so many years they're going to disagree. Probably more people would disagree with my opinion. But I'm a curmudgeon. Right. And, I can critique that. I'm a very critical architecture sort of a person. I'm like that guy. I'm like that guy. It's like, well, what kind of architecture do you like? I don't know, but
buildings that don't suck.
Right, yeah. When I see it, I'll know whether I like it, Yeah. But,
in fact, that's the name of our new coffee table book. Buildings that... We'll do a companion piece of good buildings. It's called Buildings That Don't Suck. And then we'll have another one just saying... What's up with all these crappy buildings in Portland? I know long title, but just go with it.
Okay, so in my rant about the Southeast architecture stuff, right? God, why can I never switch properly? Like,
there you go.
I'm always like doing something on the computer, and then it doesn't, and I'm supposed to be on Jason and not you. Oh. Anyway, when you see it when I'm like you're talking and it's still on me and I'm working on the computer,
that's all good.
It means I miss-switched.
I'm just the voice off to the side.
Maybe we should have someone actually directing it instead of me. Anyway, so as much as I could give my opinion about the Portland building and Michael Graves, I can. I mean, at this point, it's a done deal. It's on the National Historic Register. Nothing you can do it. I can accept the Portland building. I can accept it for what it is. Okay. But next to this other architecture crap that's even worse. Right. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the Portland building, this other architecture makes the Portland building make me like be happy about that. Yeah. But I mean, I think my biggest problem was when they built the Portland building. It didn't fit into anything else. It was like it was the Roger Rabbit building. I don't know.
Yeah, my bugaboo about Portland architecture now is what's being built on the south waterfront.
Yeah.
Some of those buildings are just eyesores.
Yeah. Now those are kind of they're kind of like some of them are kind of the glass kind of high-rise stuff. See. Yeah. And I can kind of buy that on the waterfront area. It is kind of generic in a way. I don't know. Maybe the one building is kind of roundish, and I kind of like that one.
You see, that one's all right.
The roundish. There's a glass condo building, and it's kind of like it's not even round. It's like ovalish something. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. I thought maybe I gotta wait till the development is done to get the whole picture. Maybe it's just a part of. It's like jigsaw pieces, and you see the first piece, like it's gonna suck.
Well, that's
maybe it'll look better when it's done. I don't know.
The problem with that area is that was all development area, pure development. It's brownfield. I know some things about this, actually. Yeah. Because they brought the Max in there.
Wasn't that place originally proposed numerous times for like a new stadium or something like that? They're always talking about putting...
Yeah, they were always trying to put a stadium in the old friggin' the post office, the that. Sure. Yeah, bring in the stadium or put in a whole bunch of high-priced condos. I mean, it's all a OHSU build out, really.
Right, yeah.
And so that was all nasty industrial brownfield. It was so bad that I know a few things about this.
How bad was it?
Well, all of that dirt, that land, completely contaminated. Oh. Completely. Like, with what was in there, the industrial
like
and all
3 Mile Island sort of stuff?
Well, not nuclear. Oh. Not that I know, but...
was it glowing?
All sorts of nasty chemicals, EPA stuff. Yeah. So you have EPA regulations to go in and rehabilitate that and go into the dirt. It costs millions and millions and millions of dollars to do that. To actually go in and rehabilitate that and make that habitable again. Because the cleanup, you can imagine they got to do dirt things and they got to scrub and, I don't know, bring in some scrubber. Who knows what they do. But people can do that. Yeah. So it's so bad, you can't spend the millions to rehabilitate it. So what you do is you bring a giant layer of dirt and put it on top of it and just make it go away.
Cover it up.
And then you can build on top of it.
Gotcha.
That's how it works. Because it's cheaper to just keep that layer where it is than try to dig down and do things with it.
Right.
So I'm not sure how they because there's some underground parking there and all of that. But basically the authorities there were telling us community thing that you'll see this, we'll elevate this because we're just going to cover this whole area and then build on top of it to keep the chemicals out. I'm not sure how that works, but
I don't know, but I know
it costs way too much to, I mean, look at the Willamette River.
Yeah.
I mean, the Willamette River is a filth pile.
Right.
Now the EPA has said clean it up. Well, it's not. You got some pocket change.
Sure.
Millions and millions of dollars it takes to clean up something like that.
We'll just take it out of petty cash.
Yeah, not this political era. We won't.
Right.
Yeah. So why worry about it? But here's the Portland. Here's one. Here's a good picture of the Portlandia. Right.
Okay.
There she is.
There she is.
Right.
And there's the blue tile.
So it doesn't look that bad from that angle or from the side. But still, this stooping down, she's real buff, though. Real kind of Wonder Woman-ish.
She is, yeah.
She's got the trident there.
Yeah.
Real, I mean, she definitely lifts.
Well, I'm sure she does. I mean, she's an active lady.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be listen, if
but
you're going to sit there...
Hand out. I just don't understand that thing.
She's trying to include you. She's trying to help you.
Look,
I
don't want to be included, okay? Like you don't go, you want it's like a lighthouse. Yeah, well,
I had
that's
a conversation.
What I want from my statues.
I had a conversation with her one time, and I said, "Hey, Portlandia,
I guess you could have a conversation."
I did, yeah. I said, "Hey, Portlandia, if we're gonna hang together, you got to drop the trident."
Yeah.
That's you're sending me mixed signals now.
Yeah.
And she did. She was cool about it.
Well, I know, not that anyone in Portland is like, oh, much this that they're doing. But if you're not in Portland, or some people I know who have not been in Portland for a very long time enough.
Right.
But
that is Portlandia.
There's like the close up, right?
She's reaching down. She's trying to help us out.
I mean, it's like, yo, you dropped your change, dropped your wallet, dropped 20 on the sidewalk.
Buddy, can you spare a dime?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with Portlandia.
Yeah, she's cool.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
it goes in this level. I'm fine with Portlandia.
Yeah,
fine with the Michael Graves building. Then you get what's going on in Southeast, which has no crazy stooping statues, no bathroom tile. Like, I'd probably beg them to put bathroom tile on some of this stuff in Southeast just to piss me off even more. So at least it's not like poop brown.
Right.
With scaffolding made of Quonset hut steel.
You know what this building? You know what this building could use? This building could use grout. Something like that.
Okay. So I didn't mean to go into that. I have actually.
Right.
I did do the Michael Graves research in some of the other buildings he did. I mean, all right, give him credit. It's like trying to get out there again. That's so long ago that you just accept.
Yeah.
But then you got new stuff going on. You're building KGB buildings. God, I'd kill for blue tile on that thing.
Right.
Look at me. It's like I'll just take the crap.
You know what we should do?
I'm really ranty today.
Let's wait.
I wanted to avoid talking politics, and I'm feisty.
Well, I got an idea. Let me help you out here.
I got stuff.
We're gonna wait until it's built, and then we're gonna show up there at 2 a.m. And other people, like they're tagging or whatever. No. That takes no imagination. What we're gonna do is we're gonna show up with some house tiles, and we're just gonna spackle some on there real quick. Make like a little smiley face. That's our thing. We're contributing. No, we're not really going to do that.
Yeah, I know.
But
that would be
fun to think about.
Architecture terrorism.
Ooh,
how would you say that?
Architerrorism.
Architerrorism.
I like it. We show up in ski masks. You're like, oh my god, you're so frightening. No. We're just here to put some. We're just here to put some spackle on the building. It's cool. Don't
See, now that voice recognition has picked up on that, and they're like shutting us down on Facebook.
Right.
Whoa.
Room goes dark.
You said that word.
All I said was spackle. Nah.
Good coffee.
Hey, great coffee.
So,
you know what, Doc?
What?
Isn't that special roast from Trader Joe's?
Dark roast. All you need is the dark roast. You don't even need the French roast, just the dark roast.
There you
Nice
go.
morning blend. All right. Yes, 4 out of 5 doctors recommend Trader Joe's dark roast to stump down.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
There's some other news. I had a joke here, but I'm just gonna read this. I remember I was going to talk. Speaking of drinking,
yes,
which we'll do a lot of heavy drinking about architecture.
Sure.
Severed toe used in famous Yukon cocktail returned with an apology.
Oh.
Byline.
Okay.
Dawson City, Yukon. So this is
Excellent.
Yukon. Where the hell is Yukon? Is that Canada, right?
Well, it's that area between Canada and Alaska, the Yukon region.
Yeah. So this is Canadian. Of course, it's Canadian. Those crazy Canucks. A mummified human toe that is the key ingredient in a strange drinking ritual in Dawson City is back where it belongs. RCMP in the Yukon City say the shriveled brown toe that was stolen last weekend has been returned to its rightful owner. The toe, which is used in the downtown hotel's popular sourdough cocktail. Sourdough cocktail. I'm trying to read this in French. It's like
sourdough cocktail.
No, it's sourdough cocktail.
Yeah, sourdough.
I'm trying to. Had vanished on Saturday after being added to a drink at the hotel bar.
Nice.
RCMP say they received a call on Tuesday afternoon from the alleged thief who said he had mailed the toe to the hotel.
Mailed the toe.
And you thought Twin Peaks was weird.
Yeah.
He also said that he had called the hotel to say the toe was on its way and offered a verbal apology.
Sorry, I stole your toe.
The package containing both the toe and a letter of apology arrived. Oh, my God. In good condition. Oh, it's in good condition.
That's good. That's good.
According to tradition, drinkers must allow the toe to touch their lips in order to join the Sourdough Cocktail Club.
That's a club I want to be in, let me tell you. Right there, the Mile High Club and then the Sourdough Club.
Jason.
What?
How would you compare the Mile High Club with sucking on a mummified toe?
Because, I mean, it's a club.
One of them ends in a happy ending. Don't.
I'm not saying nothing.
You got
I'm not
scolded.
saying I'm not saying nothing.
The other,
you were testing me, weren't you?
Yes, I was. The other one, you're sucking on a mummified toe. God, yeah. I mean, this is
tradition.
the tradition.
Yeah.
So I didn't look up like whose toe is it, and I'm sorry, I don't care. You got to be real drunk. You got to be real drunk to be, I mean, and here's the
I'm gonna get that toe.
I know.
I'm gonna get it.
Oh, I could be part of the Sourdough Club.
Right.
Guys, get a life. You know, they have those nowadays. You go to those fancy bars and they have the fancy. They make like they've got the molds for the ice cubes with the nice water.
Yeah.
Right, like a perfectly round globe or ice cube, and they put that in there, and then they put the real fine whiskey in there, the stuff that costs a lot of money, and then you're gonna throw a sourdough in it.
No, you can't.
Come on. What the hell? It's like the tequila, the worm. In the tequila, right?
That might work.
What the hell's a worm doing in my tequila? I don't like this. Have you ever had this Goldschlager?
Yes, I've had it before, and yes, there's some parts of my colon that now is gold plated.
Gold patina. Yes. I a friend for my birthday once came over with his younger girlfriend. This was a long time ago. Hi, are you 18?
Can I check your ID, please?
Oh God, that was a horrible thing to say. I'm sorry. No, she was
youthful.
She was 20, I think. He was still playing rock.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. That was just off. That was wrong. You should ding me on that one. Wrong, not ding. But anyway, so he came over.
Okay.
And he said, "Oh, it's your birthday. We brought over. We've been drinking this Goldschlager."
Yeah.
Goldschlager. Like, really? Yes, it tastes like cinnamon, and then it's got flecks of gold. Like, what is that? The gold paper. You know, it's the stuff that they put on the state capitol on the dude.
Yeah.
So like it's like this paper thin gold, and you rub it on. I can't remember what you call it. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
But it's got these flecks of gold in it.
Yes.
And that next morning, I was Goldschlagering in the toilet. Let me tell you.
Right.
It was the most expensive.
Hey, look, your toilet is 24 karat.
I know. It was awful. It was horrible.
Is that like the Midas touch?
It was a horrible, like, cinnamon stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
To begin with.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
The cinnamon.
I can't do that anymore. I one time I got really just. Anyway. Oh my gosh. It was called Aftershock.
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 Oh,
it's
I think I've heard. Does
cinnamon.
it have a devil on it?
I think so, and it's got
like the devil.
Yeah, and it's got like crystallized sugar things at the bottom. And I just got totally. I got so lit. You ready for this? And this tells you how much sugar is in it. Literally, the next morning, I woke up with an abscess tooth.
Oh my gosh!
Because here I am hung over in the dentist chair.
Well,
they're like, okay, well, we can fix this. It's cool. I'm like, okay.
Well, that stuff will put you in like a diabetic shock, where you're like, it's like alcohol, which is sugar.
Yeah, I think it was around 99, 2000.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, 2000,
yeah,
2001.
This was probably, no, this was
Goldschlager.
earlier than that.
Yeah.
It was sometime in the 90s.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Goldschlager. I remember that. Yeah.
Eddie Vedder's on the radio or something. That tells you all you need to know.
Right.
People are wearing the Birkenstocks with the socks and the plaid shirts, and hey, brought some Goldschlager over you.
Yeah, evidently I was a trendsetter. I used to have a pair of sandals, and I'd wear a pair of socks, and they'd say, "Wow,
God. You are not a trendsetter."
No, I'm not. That's sarcasm. And I was like,
"It's a rough day, Jason. I'm just warning you."
It's Monday.
You're not a trendsetter.
Right, but I'm sitting there, and I'm like, hey, you like wearing socks? And so I was like, no, my feet are cold, dude. I'm not trying to set any trends or anything.
I'll tell you what they always used to say in my personal relationships. I love you, right?
Right. Right,
As soon as they say that, you're like, oh.
I'm saying this with a lot of love, but...
Yeah. You remember this guy, Ken Ham?
Ken Ham.
Ken Ham.
No, fill me in. I'll remember...
Ken Ham. Creationist. Remember, wasn't this the guy that there was Bill Nye, the science guy?
Yes.
And Ken Ham.
Oh, okay.
And they debated.
Yes. Now I.
Well, this was a couple of years ago, but what we do in the 21st century, we redo the monkey trials.
Yeah.
Because it's the 21st
the
century.
Scopes monkey trial.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right. Sure. Let's do that.
They just call it a reboot.
Yeah. Yeah. The Return. The Monkey Trials, The Return. Directed by David Lynch. All of a sudden, weird noises, and you see a monkey flash.
Evolution. Right.
Somebody throws a Bible across the universe.
Right.
We're getting great ideas here.
And then Charlton Heston's voice in the background, let there be light.
Anyway, so Ken Ham is this creationist guy.
Gotcha.
Now, these are the people who believe in...
World was created in 6 days.
Yeah, how does that work?
And
by
we're only 6,000 years old.
Who created the world?
Yeah.
Is God or whatever? Jesus?
God.
Somebody?
Yeah.
Created the world in 6 days?
Yeah.
And the world's 6,000 years old, you say? 6,000?
That's what they said. 6,000 years old.
That's pretty young for a world.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the math. Of course, that is the new math they teach in school, that Common Core. So it may be off by 100 billion years or so.
So there's no. We don't have any Neanderthals or any Lucy's, Australopithecus, no Homo erectus. They're all monkeys or whatever. I don't know. Where did those cavemen come from? And the DNA that we got, the Neanderthal.
And dinosaurs were only around 5,000.
Oh, so this is a thing where they have like a thing where there's dinosaur footprints and human footprints and I mean, it's like it's real Flintstone stuff, right?
Right.
We're talking Flintstones.
That is Flintstones,
dude. I'm. Sign me up.
Dino.
I'm a creationist. Sign me up.
Okay.
Yeah, Flintstones. Hey, the Flintstones.
I'm just hanging out.
I'm home with the car with his feet.
Yeah. Twinkle Toes Flintstone where he's Him and Joe
Betty
Rockhead
and,
and Barney
Betty
Rubble.
and,
Betty. Boo, the Rubbles.
The Rubbles.
Woo.
And the...
Betty was a dish, man.
And Bam Bam.
Right.
He played the drums.
And Pebbles.
And Pebbles. And they had a band later,
Let
right?
the sun shine in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, creationism sounds pretty good.
It is.
Cavemen running around, and you're on top of a. Isn't it like a? They're doing construction, building
the
the pyramids
quarry.
or something. They're in the quarry,
Yeah, and
right
he's
for the
riding
pyramids, probably.
Yeah, he's riding a dinosaur.
And he's riding a dinosaur in the quarry.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
Sure. Why not?
That looked like fun. I mean, it's the honeymooners in caveman times, but that's okay.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And it's always like a big steak, a brontosaurus steak, isn't that it?
Brontosaurus burger.
Brontosaurus burger.
Yeah.
But they're always getting into like punch outs and somebody gets a black eye and then it's the steak. They always did that in those TV shows.
Listen, after a hard day at work, what are you going to do, right?
Barney.
You're going to eat your Brontosaurus burger and then you're going to take off down to the Water Buffalo Lodge.
That's what I was just going to ask.
You can hang out with all the poobahs down there. You have the grand poobah.
Poobah? Yeah. That's what I was just going to ask. Didn't they go down to the lodge?
Yeah.
They wear the poobah hats?
Yes.
Man.
I want to be a part of that lodge.
That's creationist.
Show up.
That's heaven, man.
Right.
Like that's back when men were men and Betties were Betties and what was
Betties were Betties.
What was Fred's
Wilma.
Wilma.
Wilma. She was a dish best served hot.
But didn't they like? Then it
was
was like
cartoon harassment right there.
Yeah, no.
It was like cartoon harassment. It's a Hanna-Barbera harassment.
And then like a pterodactyl telephone or something, or like the kitchen appliances, the can openers and stuff.
Yeah, and they're
this is all creationism, right?
Right, Stone and Woodmobile. They're all cruising down through bedrock, and it's like they hit the horn, they grab the bird by the tail and yank.
Yeah,
and ooga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is creationism right here.
It works.
I totally understand it now.
It works.
And I'm fine with it. Yeah. I think that creationism thing is great. It's just Flintstones meet the Flintstones.
Right. They are your modern Stone Age family. Right.
6,000 years.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, if you're God and you're like, let there be light, what are you going to... Fred Flintstone. Wilma.
Right.
Betty. Barney. Dinosaurs.
I mean, who knows? Maybe God has ADD. You know, he's like, I'm going to plan all this out. Let's just skip ahead to the Rubbles. Okay, let's throw it out there.
I will guarantee you God has ADD.
Yeah.
If the great expanse existence of the mind of God, I will tell you right here, right now, exclusive theology, he has ADD. He. How can it be a he? It's they. See, there's no here. It's just like... Anyway, creationists can have...
Don't get me started on theology. I could talk for hours.
No. Creationist Ken Ham blames atheist and fake news for failing Ark Encounter theme park. This is the raw story.
Fake news.
Community says Ark Park's economic promise falls short. This is, I believe this is in Kentucky. Let's take a look here, Jason.
The Ark's in Kentucky.
Yes, Kentucky Tourism Development Finance Authority gave $18 million. This is government money.
I feel a rant coming on. I don't know if I can hold myself back. Bob, have you ever thought maybe your theme park tanked because all you do is walk in there and say, "Hey, look, it's an Ark."
Yeah,
and that's it.
Well, it's in the picture here. It is a big Ark. You know, the Kentucky Tourism Development Authority gave $18 million in tax breaks to fund a $92 million Noah's Ark theme park. $92 million Noah's Ark. Gosh. Let's think what we could do with that money. Like
pay
education,
roads.
Buy real textbooks for kids and teach them real science.
Right. But, I mean, maybe we're missing out. Since we're newly branded creationists, right? Let's think.
Wait. We're Flintstonians.
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 Ooh, I like that.
Flintstonians.
Yes. Okay, we got to think this through then. Now that I've seen the light and I need to think things from the proper Flintstonian angle, think of all the cool rides we could make in Arkland. I mean,
Yes.
think about it. They got the Ark, right? I mean, they could have
Dino rides.
Yeah, they could have
Have
like
dino rides.
sure, they could have like the Noah teacups going on.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
How
Oh
about
my gosh, that is so
build
good.
a mountain, right? The 10 Commandments of the mountain, and then it's like Moses coming down through the
I love it.
roller coaster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that. Love
And
that.
and then you know those vomitrons that spin around really
Yes,
quick.
yes,
Except in
yes.
this one, you listen to old gospel music, and the person next to you turns into a pillar of salt. What do you think?
Oh, I'd buy that for $1.
Yes. Listen, I'm not. Listen, folks.
I love it. I love it. I love these ideas, Jason.
I'm not ranking on
We
Christianity, so just chill
you
out.
are.
We're having fun.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, we're having fun here. You're right. And you can go, and they got a really cool concession stand where you can go buy the multicolored, the coat, multicolored coat.
The Technicolor,
Yeah.
the dream coat.
Yeah.
What is that guy?
Oh, jeez. I got to get my feelings.
Joseph?
Yeah,
Something like
yeah, the multi coat, yeah.
that. And the casino?
Yes.
Oh, I've got it. There, because it's modern. Are you ready? Oh
Yes,
yeah, look,
yes.
I see your eyes.
Oh,
I see
God.
you ready.
I'm along for the ride on this one.
I need
Go
the
for it.
hands out here, right?
Okay, hands out.
Whoa!
Hands out.
Okay, so the casino.
Yeah.
Follow along.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you have the theme, maybe not Disney, but you have the theme parks and stuff, and
Yeah.
then there's like casinos, because that's a big money.
Well, you got to do it.
You
Yeah.
gotta, for the adults, right?
Sure.
So you have these rides and stuff for the Christian kids.
Yeah.
For the Flintstonians.
Yeah.
The Flintstonians.
Yeah.
This is a Flintstonian theme park, which is a religion. We're going to be registering that right after the show. too.
Trademark.
Yeah. Anyway, and so for the adults, you have a
Gotcha.
casino.
Yes. What are we going to call it?
The Book of Job Casino.
Really?
Where
Wow.
you lose everything!
Wow, that is true. That's great.
What do you
and,
think?
and then for the kids, we can have like the Dead Sea Wild Waves.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that? And then, I love that.
I just want Dad to come out of the Book of Job Casino. It's like,
The entrance is a giant whale, and it opens its mouth, and you walk in. It's like, wow, this is great. It's almost like we're at the promised land. I love it.
Wait, did I miss? Is it Job? Who's the guy who? Is Job, right?
The whale,
That guy,
right?
no, but
Job?
No, that's Jonah.
Jonah.
Oh man,
I blew that one. Job, yeah, Job
Job
is
is the guy who lost everything.
yeah. Job is the.
See, Dad comes out of the Job Casino.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you got some money for that? We want to go on the Dead Sea Squirrels float water feature. It's like, Dad's got the empty pockets. Like,
right.
I lost everything, kids.
I've been fleeced by God. And whoops, I've just lost everything. Honey, we better go home so I can get a Job.
Oh, no, God.
And
What the hell is that?
anyway. Yeah, I'm thinking there's two areas for the big, real heavy spenders, right?
Right.
One's called the Promised Land, and the other one's called the Garden of Eden. Maybe that's the hotel.
The
Garden of Eden.
Is that a
maybe there's a
clothing optional?
terrarium.
That's next to the clothing optional beach.
Well, fig leaves.
Yeah, it's a little bit more modern.
Stuff like that, and then
Stones.
the cool thing is it's a theme hotel, right? You can stay for like 2 nights and 3 days,
Right.
And then on the third day they chuck you out through the gates. You know,
I love it.
continental breakfast. You accidentally take a little apple from the mouth, and they chuck you out. And say,
that's
go
right.
for it. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
If we could just somehow, the Old Testament with Hanna-Barbera and Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
We're Flintstonians. We'll put it up there
The
by
walls
the
of-
wild lot, up there in Chehalis or where.
Yeah, why not? The Walls of Jericho, laser light show or something.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be cool.
Yeah. So
I'm going to hell over
No, you're
this,
not.
man. Oh, gosh.
by making fun of a fantasy book.
Well,
Sorry, folks. It's the message, not the stories. The stories are like Shakespeare. You read Shakespeare for interesting moral plays and comedies and how society works, just like the Greeks and stuff like that. Interesting literature teaches us things about humanity. And then the message. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about anything else. Go watch David Lynch and his psycho. Go to a laser light show.
ideas are popping.
And watch some Carl Sagan or something.
You get the theme, you get the wild,
Stop,
wild
everybody.
waves, the little theme park there. You got the Ark. Me, if I was running it, I'm actually hiring 7 seals. They can all sit by the pool. Hey, you're the 7th seal. This is great.
And now here's Sparky, the 3rd seal. The apocalypse.
Honey, I'm quit petting the seal, honey. I'm gonna go to the Revelations buffet.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
And yeah,
now people are really getting pissed at this point. When you get to the 7 seals, actual seal with a little, yes, a little beach ball.
That's Sammy, the 7th seal.
Oh God, the Horsemen of the Apocalypse pony rides.
Oh, that's great. It's like it's the merry-go-round. It's the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. That is awesome.
Look, Dad, I have pestilence.
Right. Daddy, I got pestilence.
Oh.
That could work.
Here's the thing. It would all be okay if the world were a little bit better place and people were pushing for helping each other out, their fellow man. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Really. Seriously, that's why I will make fun until everyone steps up on the message and doesn't build $92 million stupid arcs from a stupid story in some old book.
Yeah.
That is, if you're Christians, is relatively irrelevant to the New Testament. By the way, don't get me started on that. But anyway, and the message of, love thy neighbor. Oh my God, can you believe that? Not drone thy neighbor, love thy neighbor.
Yeah, drone thy neighbor was actually written out in the Council of Nicaea back in.
And that other famous little ditty from the prophet, the meek shall inherit the earth.
Right.
Oh, really?
Right.
Try to figure that out, Mr. Pastor, who's pulling down in your crystal cathedral, whatever. You're like these guys on televangelists. It's like not so meek to me. I'm thinking that Rolls Royce limo is looking pretty nice.
I think actually they got the translation a little off.
You think?
Yeah, because in when they take it out of Aramaic, it actually says the meek shall take it in the shorts. That's
Anyway, we promise not to get into politics, but
hey, it's a theme park, folks. If you have
the organization, this thing about the ARC, the organization behind a taxpayer subsidized replica,
only in Kentucky,
a replica of Noah's Ark, because we have the plans in the thing, right? Doesn't it say like cubits, so many cubits, and this and this and that?
Cubits.
And then you just take 2 of every animal, a male and female, right? And then you can repopulate the earth.
Sure.
With 2 of every animal.
Why not?
Noah was not a genetics expert.
No, he just some guy out there and just
like, what if you take 2 of a man and a woman? Oh, that's the Garden of Eden, right? Like, who's Cain and Abel, and then who begat? I mean, anyway, I'm always still confused about the lineage.
There's a million and one questions.
And dudes, like back in those Stone Age days when they didn't have modern medical, they lived to like 600 years or something like that.
Oh, Methuselah, man, he was around.
And I was always like, can I ask a question here in the Sunday school after the film strip? Yeah, how come that guy lived for 300 years and we only live for 60, 70, or whatever?
It's all the fiber.
Well, it's different math back in the Bible then. Oh, okay, thanks for that explanation.
I was just told Methuselah ate a lot of fiber.
Right. If you're eating bark and stuff. But I had a guy on Facebook, a friend on Facebook, who was a little kid. Mm-hmm. And he posted a week ago or so. It's like the kid. It was a cute posting. It was basically the kid was like, said, "Dad, why?" Asked. He was like just old enough to ask the question.
Sure.
Why are we? Not why are we here, but more like why are there stars?
Oh.
Why am I here? Why are you? Why is that? That first question you have as a little kid, like, what is all this?
Yeah.
How did I get here? Right? How did I get here?
Fundamental question. Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I replied, I said, just make crap up, because that's what we've been doing for millennia.
Right.
Just make crap up.
Or take it really literally. How did I get here? Here, kid, watch this movie. It's procreation, yeah.
This is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful house. Well, how did I get here?
You may ask yourself.
which I think is as valid as anything. Okay, so creationist Ken Ham built the $92 million Ark project in Williamstown, Kentucky. The dismal failure of the project has backers lashing out at an intolerant atheists. Intolerant atheists for mocking the return on investment taxpayers have received. So it's the atheists' fault that this thing didn't fly. Why so many lies and misinformation simply because we are in a spiritual battle? Oh, we're in a spiritual battle now. Well, let's sign up the Flintstonians to that spiritual battle.
That's right.
Right? We'll get...
they don't want to fight with us.
No, we've got Brontosaurus stakes.
Yes.
Simply because we're... And the Grand Poobah down at the lodge. Simply because we are in a spiritual battle. We're in a spiritual battle. Here's problem number one, folks. If you are of the mindset that you're in a spiritual battle, and there's a lot of people around the world, not just in Kentucky, but in other places, like the Middle East and other places who think they're in a spiritual battle, rather than thinking, man, maybe we're in a battle of trying to help each other out here in this big blue marble. Yeah, if you think you're in a spiritual battle, you need to get your head screwed on correctly.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the intolerant secularists are so upset with such world-class attraction like the Ark and Creation Museum that publicly proclaim a Christian message. Ham claimed they will resort to whatever tactics they deem necessary to try and malign the attractions. Folks, you don't have to malign it. You can just say, Darwin says no. Okay?
Right.
Just saying. Sorry.
Well, and let's also apply a little logic.
Science says no.
Listen, it wasn't the
atheists
who was
this
brought
guy's
down
a freaking idiot.
No, yeah, because it wasn't listen, atheists ain't going to a creation theme park anyway. Maybe you're blaming the lack of business on your own people. Maybe you should be...
But they got, here's the thing I don't understand. They apparently got the money. Now, people say they're mad about that or whatever. The people who are like church, state, separate, that's fine. But they still got the money.
Yeah.
If it failed, if the project failed, that's on you, these creationist people. That's on you. Get your butts in chairs.
Right.
Like if you're going out on a world tour and you don't got the butts in chairs... that's nobody's fault, but it's not. It's these people just blame everyone but themselves. Oh, God, I'm in such a cranky mood, and I'm in actually a good mood. This is my good mood.
Yeah.
Cranky.
Cranky.
Next week, Alex Jones. I know, right? But I mean, look, it looks kind of cool. It's like a big old Ark.
It's a big boat.
It looks like something like right out of. This guy looks like such a buffoon. It looks like something right out of Charlton Heston, Hollywood.
I got it.
You know what I mean?
I
mean, even then, it would be like, I bet you people like us, if we found ourselves in Williamson, Kentucky, which would be waking up going, oh, crap. Last night, I was drinking a whiskey up in the Yukon with a severed toe, and now I'm in Williamson, Kentucky. How did I get here?
I got it.
Because that's how you get there. But you're like, what's this Ark thing?
Right.
All right,
big boat, man.
I'll pay the money. I'll go in and see this little Ark thing in the Creationist Museum. What the hell? Dinosaurs walking with people? What the hell, right?
I got an idea, though. I got it. What we're going to do is we're going to wait until the whole venture goes bust, and then we're going to go there and we're going to buy it at a rock bottom price, and we're going to turn it in from a creationist theme park into an 80s sitcom theme park, and we're going to turn the Ark into the Love Boat.
That's right.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to wear a white suit. You're going to be Rourke, and I'll be Tattoo.
Oh, that's the Fantasy Island.
So but that's 80s, dude. No, it's 80s theme.
Oh, you've been doing a mashup.
Yeah, and then we're going to bring the Facts of Life people in, and it's going to be great. And then Rerun is going to show up with suspenders. I know he's passed away, but we'll get
Rerun. Yeah,
he'll be a hologram. And then
Yeah, we can't remember. We covered this on another episode.
Yeah, but I mean, think about all the cool stuff. We got Punky Brewster. We can do Alf. Kids love Alf.
Jack Tripper. He'll be wearing short shorts.
He'll be wearing short shorts when he sits down. You get a little extra big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, think of all the fun we can have, though. I mean, we're going to turn creationism land into 80s sitcom land.
I think that's the problem with this Ark.
Mork and Mindy, dude.
Mark.
A giant egg coming down.
How could
Jonathan
you
Winters
not have
gets out of the
Mork
giant
and
egg.
Mindy?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Pam
that's
Dawber.
pretty much the Mork and Mindy just fits right into this.
It does.
So, which reminds me of another news item that we should pop up that
Excellent.
I didn't say. But anyway, yeah, I think you're onto something here. The problem with this arc is it should have been a cruise line. Come take the ark, and like the Love Boat. But it would be the Ark boat or something, or the Covenant boat, or the Ark of the Covenant. But I don't know. I'm working on the marketing here.
The SS Noah.
Oh yeah.
And you're on the sea.
Did you just see the cocktails? You could have like.
Yeah.
I got the 2 Zebra, which is like a white and dark Kahlua, something, I don't know.
Right.
Right. Bailey's and.
Sure.
Got 2 Zebras.
That's right.
Got the whiskey and a mummified toe. We stole that from the Yukon guys.
I got to stop thinking about this because I could think of things all day.
Yeah,
oh gosh, Creation Land.
But they're blaming it on the rest of the folks.
How about blame it on a crappy business model?
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, so this was tried once before. It's called Jim and Tammy Baker.
Yeah.
The Jim Baker thing. They had a theme park.
They did, didn't they?
They had a whole theme park, a Christian theme park. I hate calling it Christian because I don't even know.
Fleece Land?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. They had investors.
I'm in the wrong business, man.
You and me both.
I should become a televangelist.
But we're Flintstonians.
We're Flintstonians.
So we're coming up with our own curmudgeon religion right here, the Flintstonians. And it kind of has that curmudgeonly thing.
It does.
Flintstones is kind of our era of curmudgeonly cartoons.
Right.
That and Wally Gator.
Let us consult the holy book of Hannah and Barbara.
You betcha,
The
baby.
book of Hannah and the book of Barbara.
And the New Testament we have, like in the Flintstonian book, is Pebbles and Bam Bam.
Ooh.
Lots of good religious Flintstonian music from Pebbles and Bam Bam.
That's right. New
Covenant.
What is a more great hymn than Let the Sun Shine In? I mean, come on.
Let the sun shine in.
Should have became a televangelist. I totally missed the boat on this one. Could have gone around giving like tent revivals.
Gosh. Okay. So our last, unless you've got anything, I've got our last news item.
Okay,
popped up.
Let's get to it.
Oh God, they're gonna do the problem is they do these little pre-rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to explain this story here.
Let's explain it.
This is the anonymous guys. You know the anonymous guys. They have Guy Fawkes mask, and they leak. Sometimes they leak stuff, but kind of WikiLeaks doing stuff. I don't know. Yeah. So, but they hack stuff. One of the things they did once that I thought was kind of cool, that I liked about the anonymous guys. I don't know. They're controversial. Like some people are like, I don't know if we like them or not. Yeah. But there was a time a couple of years ago, they hacked a bunch of records and exposed a whole bunch of people out there in the kind of law enforcement and city council that had ties to the KKK.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that. I like that kind of activism.
Good work. Yeah,
good work. Yeah, let's do that. Like photographs of these. Like, wow. Okay. So why Anonymous claims NASA is about to announce the discovery of aliens.
Ooh.
So this broke over the weekend. The Anonymous people. Now the Anonymous, as I understand it, is kind of a collective.
Yeah.
Like there's no, I don't think there's like one Mr. Anonymous, as I understand it.
They're just a cadre.
Yeah, they're kind of a cadre of different kind of the hackers, or what they call hacktivist people. Mm-hmm. This is what I know based on some stuff. I don't know the Anonymous guys or whatever.
Yeah.
There's this one guy who's real interesting who would talk to them and stuff and had a lot of interesting perspective on these guys. But anyway, why Anonymous? So this weekend they're claiming that they have hacked something in NASA and that NASA's going to announce aliens.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm trying to unpack this story. As we say in the news.
Yes.
I hate that. Why not? So this is the Independent. We know the Independent, right? That's like a British kind of a
Independent.co.uk.
Yeah, one of those. Why Anonymous claims NASA is about to announce the discovery of aliens. Much of the questionable claim relies on one comment from a senior NASA executive, as well as the agency's pioneering work. Now, this is kind of what I got from this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think this is because I read through this. Like, they're saying, okay, there's going to be this thing, and we're going to hack it and put it out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but what are they saying, actually? So the lead up to this is, they got this Kepler satellite probe out there.
Right.
And what is Kepler doing? It's out there looking for planets.
Yeah.
All day long, looking for planets. And what is it doing? It keeps finding lots of planets. Planets.
Right.
And we're not, people think like they see, like there's always NASA and they show a picture and it's like this beautiful, oh my God, look at that planet. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's a artist's rendition.
Right.
It's not the actual science. The science is little blips of light in the light spectrum. That's all it can do. So when planets orbit a star, like the sun, the light dips.
Right.
And then comes back.
Right.
Dips and then comes back. And due to really science and math, not the people, hanging out at the Ark in Kentucky, but science and math.
Real science. Real math.
You can do math that I could never fathom to do, and you could tell how big the planet is. There's all kinds of light spectrum readings that they can get, and I think they're at the point where they can actually even kind of, if they, because an atmosphere would change the light wave, so it's real sensitive. So I think they can even kind of think that there's, maybe elements there.
Sure, and determine if it's in the sweet spot of...
well, that's the important thing, is they can actually even kind of tell where the planet would be in relation to the sun. So that's a lot of math just based on watching light change from a star. But it's pretty revolutionary science.
Yeah.
It is revolutionary science. It is good science, because what we're finding now is there's tons of planets out there everywhere. Like most stars have planets.
Billions.
And we speculated that like years ago. We weren't sure, like, is this kind of unique? Is life unique? What we don't know. But we've got all these planets, and planets that are at this sweet spot, like you said.
Yeah.
That would be circling. We're in the sweet spot.
Right.
Our sun, the how much the sun is outputting, and so it's perfect for life.
Gotcha.
The Goldilocks. And we can tell these planets that are... And then if they're rocky, or if they have an atmosphere, they could support life. Or if we got off our butts and instead of building arcs, built space arcs.
Ooh.
Right? And started going around and being a planetary... faring society, like Stephen Hawking suggests we should get off our butts and get that done in 100 years.
Yeah.
Or else.
Mitch Gakaku?
Yeah.
He's talking about superstring and stuff. He's trying to get us up there.
So if we did that and we're able to figure out how to get to some of these places, we could probably, like the movie Interstellar or something, end up and going, hey, we could put down here. All of a sudden you're like on a Class M planet, and people are beaming down and Captain.
Right, get the little
phasers.
tricorders.
Tricorders, yes, indeed. So anyway, so Anonymous claims NASA is about to announce it has found alien life. The truth is a little more complicated, but no less wondrous. And this was the thing that I was getting, because I was already like reading this going,
Yeah.
So unless Anonymous has something really
juicy
that we haven't seen, but kind of doubt it. An account affiliated with the Hacking and Activism Collective has released a viral video, and these are these videos with the Guy Fawkes mask and the, and then they say that NASA is on the verge of detailing contact with extraterrestrial species.
Contact.
So this is what Anonymous is claiming. It's on the verge. I think that's the key piece. On the verge.
So they haven't contacted yet, or they're just...
On the verge is an interesting qualifier.
The phone's ringing and we just haven't answered yet?
Well, here's. I think this article kind of lays it out because this is kind of what I was coming up with. And I haven't read this article, but I read a couple of the articles over the weekend. It takes much of its evidence from the work the space agency is doing to explore space and look for alien worlds across the universe. And while such claims might overestimate just how quickly the discovery will emerge, they are based on the truth. This is it. Much of the video relies on one testimony from Thomas Zurbuchen from NASA's Science Mission Directorate, who spoke to the U.S. Science and Technology Committee last year. So this is one of these NASA scientists that's doing this. In a relatively long speech that summarized the work NASA is doing on astrobiology, as well as the chances that it would find life. And, we're trying to figure out, send probes and find life here in our neighborhood, in our solar system, which more and more looks likely that we could find, microbes and stuff. Sure. Mr. Zurbuchen. Oh, look, they spell his name differently. Independent. Zurbuchen or Zurbuchen. You decide.
We'll just call him Dr. Z.
Yeah. You say tomato, I say tomato. Said that the agency was close to revealing something very significant. So he said in this presentation, this NASA scientist, that we're close to revealing something significant. And here's his quote. With all this activity related to the search for life in so many different areas, we are on the verge of one of the most profound discoveries ever, he said. This is him talking to scientists, so that's kind of a big deal. And as we know from experience, NASA's scientific discoveries of today continually drive impactful research for tomorrow that goes far beyond the initial observations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But he also made clear that NASA hadn't found definitive signs of life elsewhere just yet. He made that clear. We haven't found life just yet.
Okay.
Even though the search is making remarkable progress and astrobiology is focus of a growing number of NASA missions. So, and then he goes into all the different missions. There's a nearby star called TRAPPIST-1 solar system, which is real close by, that they found these planets. We were reading about these discoveries of new planets just all year.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that one's close. Oh, look at that, right? So that's the whole thing. And then we got this James Webb Telescope, which is coming online hopefully soon. So he concluded by discussing the work that would need to happen before proof of aliens could be found. For astrobiology, the key thing to remember is that answering the fundamental question, is there life out there, will require scientific breakthroughs from many different science fields, including ones that are not currently engaged in this exciting endeavor. So we need more stuff. So as such, NASA and Anonymous are likely to be right that we are on the verge of discovering alien life, but it's not clear quite how long or just how much it would work. It would take us to actually get there. So that was the key thing. It was like, what's the claim? I mean, the claim sounds like, hey, we're gonna which would be pretty outrageously amazing.
Yeah.
In the way that, I don't know, a Noah might build an ark and put two people in. In other words, the probability of that happening, folks, is next to nil. But discovering a lot of planets that would be habitable.
Yes.
Including moons in our own solar system.
Yes.
That have atmospheres and oceans that could support life. Because remember, you go on Earth here and go like under the sea, crushing pressures and temperatures from volcanic vents that none of us could survive, and you still find bacteria.
Sure.
You still find rudimentary life.
Right.
We're finding all kinds of teeming with life.
Mm-hmm.
So the thought is, most scientists, now that we're finding all these planets and these things, and we know that life can exist in a lot of crazy environments.
Sure, yeah.
Especially in our own ocean. The probability is pretty good that there's life out there.
I would think so.
It might be a worm or a bacteria. I mean, here's the thing that would make the discovery amazing. If we somehow confirm bacteria, and it can even just be fossils or whatever, could be on a space rock, because there's evidence, right? We have like some space rocks where there's structures there that it's controversial. It's like that could have been biology. That happened during the Clinton years,
That's right.
When they announced that.
That's
They
right.
said this could be evidence for life that's not there anymore, but could have been there. And it's like, microbes.
Yeah.
A simple life. But the moment we discover that it's legitimately somewhere else other than on Earth, then that opens up that whole science to the nature of life.
I agree.
That it's teeming. And one of the things that I think is one of the big discoveries, things that commonly pops up, and I think it's always keep your eye on this. Organic chemistry out there floating around, and because we're finding comets, and we're finding the asteroids and things that are having. I mean, that's the building blocks for life. That's the stuff you need to build the life, and so we're finding that. So that tells me, and I think most people now are going, I think we're, if we just keep making the experiments, building the probes, searching, we're gonna find something. Well, probably even in our own solar system. That's the amazing thing.
Right? Yeah, like Europa.
Yeah.
And one of the moons in Saturn.
It's Ganymede or Enceladus is the one that has the ocean underneath. What they really, NASA wants to go see what's underneath that ocean.
That's interesting. Yeah.
And as long as you can protect from cosmic rays and radiation.
Yeah. And there was a story this year. I want to say it was this year sometime, a few months ago, and they had found a solar system, and they'd found actually a planet that basically roughly sat in its position in the solar system, basically sat the same way as we do in ours.
Right.
And I got a lot of people like, holy cow, that has got to be the sweet spot.
I wonder if that was that TRAPPIST-1 discovery.
It may be. There's something that just literally, I mean, it was exactly in the area where Earth is in proportion to its solar system. A lot of people said, well, wow, this...
Oh, sure. Yeah, and that's the thing. What we're finding is more and more of these. I mean, the first planet, I remember it was just recently, relatively years ago, that we confirmed the first real planet outside of our solar system. And, then that was like a gas giant, like a Jupiter-sized planet where you could really tell that, there's a big old planet get in the way. But refining that down to these smaller planets that orbit in this Goldilocks area. I mean, we're finding lots of them. Yeah. And on the verge of this story, and again, I don't know what anonymous, I'm not sure, because it reads like it's going to be some Close Encounters of the Third Kind discovery. Yeah. But what the point is, if you read what the guy said and all that, it's like he's saying we're going to continue to push. We're making discovery. He's saying we're making discoveries all in that direction of finding alien life. Where everything's coming together. That's the whole point. Like all the discoveries we're making, and the more we probe, the more the pieces fall into place. That at the end of it, we're going to find maybe just some dirty little bacteria, microbes, or whatever. But still, an awful big deal, because that means that there's life is probably if you do the math that I can't do, probability. Right. And you count how many stars and galaxies and things are out there, then you calculate how many planets, and then say we actually find it even in our own solar system or somewhere else. Like if we can tell the atmosphere of a planet further away. Yeah. And if it has methane or something in it, or things, well, maybe there are things that we could tell in the chemicals that may indicate that life is.
I think so. I think that's probably what they're gonna. If this story is accurate, then I think that's probably what will be announced. I think if I was a betting man, if I was a guy inside the Book of Job casino and I was betting, I would probably say that they'd probably gotten they found a planet and they did the mathematics on it, and it's probably right in the sweet spot. And so that's probably my bet, is someone say, listen, the math is there. It's sitting in the perfect zone. There has got to be, more chance than not, there's got to be at least microbial or
you just don't know until you quite get the exact evidence. But
because we don't know the chemistry of it either. I mean, is it a carbon-based system like us, or is it like a methane gas system?
You have to see the atmosphere.
Exactly.
Right. And I think the only way to do that is if it's close or whatever.
Yeah.
Now remember, we got this weird thing out there. Could this be related to that weird thing? Right? Now I don't remember the name of it. That one star that's the light's going nuts, and it's not planets floating around. And
didn't they say it's like some sort of artificial
sphere,
right? Some sort of artificial thing that's sucking power off the.
Yes. But there's no evidence of that. And of course, the theory is that there's like a big kind of a comet cloud, or even now a theory that maybe it's something actually even in our solar system that's floating way out in the outskirts of our solar system that's interfering with the light that we can't tell in between.
And
so
I thought the scientists had like a really kind of sarcastic sense of humor when they named it Enron.
Oh God, there you go.
No, anyway.
But and then the last big space headline for real.
Yeah.
Planet 10.
Yeah.
NASA's now these scientists are saying they think there's good evidence that there's some significant size planet out there past Pluto.
An elliptical orbit. Yeah.
Because when you look at the orbits, and we've been doing this since Galileo, folks. When you look at the orbits and you figure out how gravity works on things, you can actually tell there's a hole here. There's something here that's influencing this and this, and we're getting closer and closer.
A lot of there are the ancient, some of the civilizations said that there was some outside, and they called the planet Nibiru.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's very interesting, and so it's.
Well, we just discovered some major bodies out there in the last 10, 12 years or so. Right, and I think that Pluto probe has been trying to take some pictures.
Right,
as it's zooming the heck past there. But anyway, so that's the thing. So we'll keep an eye on it. See if, what that is up with Anonymous.
Stick a pin on that. And,
yeah. I mean, if we'd be proved wrong, I watched The Day the Earth Stood Still the other night on Netflix. So I just
like it. The old one or Keanu Reeves one?
I've never seen the Keanu Reeves. And that scares
I refuse
me
to see
too.
It. Yeah,
it was kind of like the what's his name did the War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
No. This was the Patricia Neal and those folks out there.
Gotcha.
Klaatu.
Yeah. That's right.
Niktu. Barana. See, that's the first thing I'd do. I'd be like you start like it's like no, here he is right here from Alpha Centauri 4. Dude, just like we believe, like with the bug eyes and the great thing and the face,
the lizard men or whatever it is. They
two things I would do. First off, I'd just be like, Klaatu, Barikta, Nitu, and then I'd just be like, do 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 do. You get it? And the dude would probably at some point go and laugh his alien laugh.
Yeah. You're funny, right?
We saw those. We watched all those.
Either that or just kind of shake his head in weary indignation, resignation, right? He's like, oh, God.
Because they'd watch
if I've heard that a billion times,
Oh, yeah. We love your movies. By the way, we have a book for you. It's called To Serve Man.
Right. Bum, bum, bum.
And with that, that's a wrap.
It is.
Baby.
Let's end it on that.